Namaste and welcome to this exciting episode of Sattology debunking mythology. Sattology के इस एपिसोड में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। अभी आप देख ही रहे हैं कि वी आर इन द मॉन्यूमेंट वैली। बहुत बड़ी वैली है। यहाँ पे पहले यूरेनियम की भी माइनिंग होती थी, पैलेडियम की और बहुत सारी माइनिंग होती थी ऑन द नॉर्दर्न साइड। और साथ में मैंगनीज ऑक्साइड, आप जो भी देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे जो मैंगनीज ऑक्साइड जो लाल कलर है वो मैंगनीज ऑक्साइड की वजह से है। और मॉन्यूमेंट अप वार्प यूरेनियम के लिए माइन होता था और शिनारम में वेनेडियम और कॉपर एसोसिएटेड था। तो ये लोएस्ट लेयर यहाँ पे होती है ऑर्गन रॉक शेल, मिडिल होती है डीशेली सैंडस्टोन और टॉप लेयर होती है मोइंकोपी फॉर्मेशन और उसके ऊपर था शिनारम कॉन्ग्लोमरेट। तो मेजर रॉक फॉर्मेशंस हैं वेस्ट एंड ईस्ट मिटन बट्स, यह पढ़ सकते हैं ऑलरेडी। मैं आपको बताता हूँ हमारा मीनिंग। तो 5000 से 6000 फीट की हाइट पे है और इसी को आप देखते हैं बहुत सारी मूवीज़ में, वेस्टर्न मूवीज़ के लिए। यहीं पे आसपास घोड़े दौड़ रहे हैं, शूटिंग हो रही है, यहीं पर है सारा वेस्टर्न मूवीज़ में। काफ़ी इसको ग्लोरीफाई किया गया, लेकिन इसका वास्तविक इतिहास थोड़ा अलग है। ये नवाहो नेशन है। नवाहो नेशन में आज पानी की कमी है। वहाँ पर उनके पानी में एजेंट ऑरेंज मिला के दिया गया है। अभी वो लड़ रहे हैं। नवाहो नेशन के अलग एक प्रेसिडेंट भी हैं, मतलब वो सॉवरेन नेशन है, उसके प्रेसिडेंट भी हैं जो अपने राइट्स के लिए बात करते हैं। ही इज़ वेरी पॉपुलर, ही इज़ रिकॉग्नाइज्ड बाय द यूएस फेडरल गवर्नमेंट। और धीरे धीरे नेटिव्स अपनी आइडेंटिटी को वापस लेने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। ये जो मॉन्यूमेंट्स आपको दिख रहे हैं नेचुरल फॉर्मेशंस हैं। आप देख सकते हैं कि बीच तक वहाँ पे समुद्र का पानी जाता है, ऊपर तक था। मतलब जहाँ पे मैं खड़ा हुआ हूँ एक समय में वो समुद्र के नीचे था, जबकि मैं ऑलमोस्ट 50 to 60 फीट की हाइट पे खड़ा हुआ हूँ। और ये जो बट फॉर्मेशन बोलते हैं कि अचानक ऐसे स्पाइक्स निकल रहे हैं, ऑलमोस्ट यू कैन कंसिडर देम एज स्मॉल आइलैंड्स। ऊपर से फ्लैट है और नीचे तक वाटर उनके ऑलमोस्ट इसी लेवल तक आता है, 60 फीट तक आता है। तो मतलब ये सारा पानी से भरा हुआ था पहले, और मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड की वजह से यहाँ पे लाल रंग आता है। बहुत ही सुंदर जगह है, बहुत ही शांत जगह है। हम लोग अभी नीचे जाएंगे और थोड़ा अंदर जाएंगे, ट्रक से जाएंगे, पीछे की तरफ तक जाएंगे ताकि हम इस पूरे एरिया को ठीक से हम देख सकें। और एक बात आपको याद रखनी पड़ेगी कि अमेरिका में बहुत ही सुंदर नेचुरल लैंडस्केप्स हैं। और मैं यहाँ पे एक तरीके से अमेरिकन गवर्नमेंट को I'd like to congratulate them that they have maintained these places very well, and that's a good thing. The national parks of the US government, they have done a good work in maintaining all these places, and which is very commendable. In other countries you don't see such places, such maintenance actually, at least in the Western world. But in US most of the parks are well maintained. They preserved everything. The stories may not be right, but preservation is good. जो उस तरफ की जो कहानियाँ हैं, उस तरफ की वहाँ पे जो हैं, वहाँ पे जो मॉन्यूमेंट्स हैं, इस तरह के मॉन्यूमेंट्स हैं, उस तरफ बहुत माइनिंग होती है। उस तरफ से ही आप पहुँचते हैं ग्रैंड कैन्यन की तरफ। जब मैं यहाँ पे कुछ लोगों का इंटरव्यू ले रहा था, नेटिव लोगों का इंटरव्यू ले रहा था, तो वहाँ पे मुझे एक चीज़ दिखाई दी। सब लोग डर रहे थे कुछ बोलने से। उनको लग रहा था कि मीडिया में आ जाएगा इंटरनेशनल। मैंने उनको बताया कि ये मीडिया प्राइवेट है, हमारा चैनल मोस्टली स्पिरिचुअल बातें करता है। वी हैव नथिंग टू डू विद आइदर पॉलिटिक्स और एनी गवर्नमेंट इन द वर्ल्ड। वी ओनली टॉक अबाउट नेटिव हिस्ट्री, एंशिएंट हिस्ट्री, एंड एज एन ऑथर आई स्पीक मोस्टली ऑन एकेडमिक टॉपिक्स ओनली। लेकिन डर रहता है लोगों को, तो क्या करेंगे। तो फिर मैंने उनको पूछा, कुरेदा, तो वीडियो मैं दिखा नहीं सकता हूँ मैं, लेकिन मैं बताता हूँ उस पूरे वीडियो की। उस वीडियो की जिस ये थी कि वो बता रहे थे कि उनके जो बच्चे हैं उनको वो चर्च में डाल दिया जाता है, फिर उनको नेटिव कल्चर से उनको दूर कर दिया जाता है। सेम स्टोरी है। और फिर धीरे धीरे वो अपनी भाषा भी भूल जाते हैं, अपना भोजन भी भूल जाते हैं, अपना रिलीजन भी भूल जाते हैं और अपना कल्चर भी भूल जाते हैं। तो उनका ये प्लान था कि वो यहाँ पर एक ऐसा स्कूल शुरू करें जिससे कि हम उनकी भाषा को डॉक्यूमेंट कर सकें। तो मैंने उनको दिखाया, मैं सुबह उनके साथ कॉफ़ी पी रहा था, मैंने उनको बताया कि हम देवनागरी भाषा में उनकी भाषा लिख सकते हैं, और जब देवनागरी भाषा में लिखते हैं तो उसमें प्रोनाउंसिएशन और वो बड़ा एक्यूरेट आता है और कोई भी उसको मिसस्पेल नहीं कर सकता। अब धीरे धीरे देवनागरी इज गोइंग टू गेट मोर पॉपुलर, क्योंकि रोमन स्क्रिप्ट में ऑल द नेटिव नेम्स गेट डिस्ट्रॉयड। जैसे उसमें the letter itself is a pronunciation. A is different, B is different. So जो नेटिव भाषाएं होती हैं वो रुक रुक के आती हैं, आ के खा, like there is lot of emphasis on syllables. तो उसमें वो भाषा नहीं चल सकती, उसमें रोमन लेटर्स नहीं चल सकते। इसलिए आपने देखा होगा कि बहुत सारे नाम नेटिव होते हैं, जैसे अपाचे नेटिव है, आपके हेलीकॉप्टर्स के नाम जितने भी, कोमांचे नेटिव है, चयन नेटिव है, आपके पोसाइडन इज मोस्टली ग्रीक, बट जनरली मोस्ट ऑफ द अमेरिकन वेपन्स के नाम टोमाहॉक इज एंग्लिसाइज्ड वर्जन, एक्चुअल वर्जन है तुमुक इज एक्चुअल वर्जन, उससे टोमाहॉक बन गया। और बहुत सारी जगह हैं, जैसे अमेरिका में आप देखते हैं सियाटल है नाम उसका, आपने सुना होगा तलातल, सियाटल, तो उस तरह का नाम है, पाताल, सियाटल। और फिर अटलांटा भी मोस्टली नेटिव ओरिजिन नाम है। बहुत सारे स्टेट्स हैं अमेरिका में जिनके नाम नेटिव है जनरली। और जो हम लोग देखते हैं कि जैसे जो एक जगह आती है, बहुत सारे, टेनेसी है, फिर अलाचुआ है, दीज आर ऑल नेटिव नेम्स। और भी बहुत सारे जगह हैं, बाकी सब यूरोपियन नाम है। तो ये जगह काफ़ी स्पेशल है एक तरीके से देखा जाए तो। लेकिन यहाँ का जो आध्यात्मिक पक्ष है वो अभी तक उसके बारे में किसी ने बात नहीं किया है। जब आध्यात्मिक पक्ष के बारे में बात होगी तब हम उसके बारे में डिस्कस कर सकते हैं। आध्यात्मिक पक्ष ये है कि यहाँ के उत्तरी और दक्षिणी प्रांत में और पूर्वी और पश्चिमी एरियाज में, वहाँ पे हर जगह नवाहो के मंदिर हुआ करते थे, और अभी वो सारे मंदिर जो हैं अभी यहाँ पर नहीं है। मंदिर इन द सेंस कि यहाँ पे मैंने आपको पहले बताया कि मैं कि जब जगह गए थे कि आकाश इनके लिए छत है, भूमि इनके लिए माँ है। तो मंदिर का कॉन्सेप्ट अलग है। मंदिर का कॉन्सेप्ट है जैसे हमारे यहाँ पे कृते ध्यायतो विष्णु त्रेतायाम अजतोमखे, कृते यद ध्यायतो विष्णु, तो मतलब ध्यान जो है कृतयुग का है, त्रेतायाम अजतोमखे, तो सतयुग और त्रेता युग में ही फंसे हुए हैं पूर्व सभ्यता, क्योंकि यहाँ पे बहुत बाद में आए। तो जब वो किसी से मिलते थे तो उनके लिए किसी चर्च को ढूंढना, किसी टेम्पल को ढूंढना वो वेरी 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 उनके लिए कोई वो आपको बहुत ही कम मिलेंगे। जैसे अगर आप देखते हैं आपका मेक्सिको का कल्चर, सदर्न मेक्सिको, युकातान, एज़टेका, लीमा, ग्वाटेमाला, तिकाल का जो मंदिर है, ये सारे ऐसा लगता है द्वापर युग के हैं, और इस तरफ पूरी बर्फ होने की वजह से ये सारे त्रेता युग में फंसे रह गए। तो मेक्सिको से नॉर्थ में अगर आप क्लोजेस्ट देखते हैं, चहोकिया इज इन इंडियानापोलिस, इलिनॉय। तो जब मैं व्हेन आई गो टू चहोकिया देन आई एम गोइंग टू शो यू दोज प्लेसेस, लेकिन राइट नाउ दोज पार्ट्स आर नॉट देयर, विजिबल नॉट देयर। तो इसलिए दोनों साइड पे अगर हम देखें तो आपको समझ में आएगा कि सिविलाइजेशन साउथ ऑफ कैलिफोर्निया या न्यू मैक्सिको के साउथ में बाद में आप देखेंगे 7000 साल पहले चहुकिया के पिरामिड बनते हैं। फिर मैंने आपको एक और जगह दिखाई थी कल, वो सैन काउंटी में ही है, एल सेंट्रो की तरफ है, वहाँ पर भी आपने दिखाई थी कि वो एक्चुअली में ऐसे मंदिर के जैसा है। उसके ऊपर नेटिव अमेरिकन की मैं कैसे देखता हूँ, जैसे पुराने समय में क्या होता था, कोई मंदिर अगर ज़मीन के नीचे दबा हुआ है तो अगर उसके ऊपर गाय दूध दे रही है, जैसे कि आपने देखा होगा जो हमारे श्रीनाथ जी हैं वो गोवर्धन में मिले थे, वहाँ पे माधवेंद्र पुरी ने देखा कि उधर गाय जो है अपना दूध दे रही है, तो उनको लगा यहाँ पे होंगे भगवान, और उनको मिल गया, माधवेंद्र पुरी है। सेम वे आई लुक फॉर बाइसन्स, और या फिर मैं देखता हूँ आई लुक फॉर बाइसन्स देन आई लुक फॉर कोई current worship going on, current. So when I see those things, then I go emphasize कि this is the place. And then उसके बाद में मैं I look for my original atlas. Original atlas मैंने बहुत सारे references दिए हैं इन सब जगहों के. Then I look for them. And once I triangulate everything, then मेरे को लगता है कि ये जगह ही सही होगी. तो इसके लिए I wrote about this place in my book, The Original Atlas. Now I come here to actually follow my own book and show these places. तो इस तरह मैं काम करता हूँ. तो आपको मतलब मुझे तो श्योरिटी रहती है कि जो मैं बात कर रहा हूँ ठीक होगा. बट मैं ऐसा नहीं करता हूँ कि जैसे कि मैंने पढ़ा अब मैं वहाँ पे जाके सर्च करूँगा, ये नहीं करता हूँ. मैं पहले रिसर्च करके बुक लिखने के बाद में आता हूँ. बिकॉज आई एम सो श्योर अबाउट पुराण, रामायण, महाभारत, क्योंकि उसी के माध्यम से आप प्रूव कर सकते हैं कि वो मिथोलॉजी नहीं है, वो सतोलॉजी है. सतोलॉजी मतलब जो पुराणों, रामायण, महाभारत, भगवद गीता के आधार पे हो, वही सतोलॉजी है. मतलब सत्य का विज्ञान. और विज्ञान तो योग की दृष्टि से ही होता है. जब योग इन्फॉर्मेशन, जब ज्ञान को आप योग की दृष्टि से देखते हैं तो विज्ञान बन जाता है. So, thank you for coming on the show. This is Sattology, and I want to just know about you. What's your name, sir?
My name is Bernard.
Bernard. And you have been living in the tribal land. This is tribal land.
I'm born and raised here in Monument Valley on the Navajo Nation.
And how long have you been serving this community?
Well, after high school, probably the early 90s, working as a tour guide. Actually, mid-90s, 96, 94, 95, 96.
So how do you see the religion, not religion, the spiritual aspects of this community? Are people still practicing it?
Yes, even the younger generation are now becoming apprentices, becoming, it's called a medicine man, or I think they're also known as shamans, becoming shamans or medicine man.
Shaman is a very pejorative English word.
Yeah.
It shows people down. Like,
okay.
You know?
So yeah, medicine man would be the right term.
Right person.
Yeah.
Yes, right term. Because when people say shaman or pagan, it's a negative word. The way the Christianism shows, Catholicism shows to other people.
Okay.
So how do you see, since you've been living here, how do you see the spread of the ancient knowledge to now in the community?
Well, the Navajos, we do have a lot of stories that we are shared at home, and then somewhere in school. Some of them are published in books, just the general information of it. But it's a long story. If you were to become, to be a scholar in this topic of Navajo and the spirituality of land itself. I mean, there's different resources that we look at, but from what I've been told before, the elements, the 4 elements of life were created, and these are our resources, the sources that we use every day. And the main point of it is that we use these energy. There's always a positive and a negative energy. And the negative energy is sometimes affects us certain times when we feel ill or depressed, either from spirituality standpoints, our spiritual being or being disturbed, mental being, our physical being, and our social being. So that's the main thing that we look at. And so these elements are also associated with those, the spirituality, your mental, your physical, and your social life. So these are the ones we concentrate on. A lot of times, a lot of people don't know exactly what's going on with their lives, or if they don't understand what we go through daily. And then from the past, and then we got the future. So we had to look at both, mainly for the future. So we had to keep it at balance, harmony, in other words. So that's what our expectations of being spiritual.
So do you think what is the most spiritual side of this monument? This huge area.
Well, everything.
Any particular hill or any particular thing is the most spiritual?
The whole land, this whole Monument Valley. Some of the stories I've been told about Monument Valley, there were these what's considered to be monsters or giants. Again, this was the home to one of the great serpents. The great serpent, that's what I was told before. And then the other thing is these monuments, the Mittens, the Merrick Butte here, maybe these formations to the north, those also represent different species or some type of different gods or the holy people. So not just land itself, but the air we breathe in, the mountains that we see from here, the sun that we have every day. From the early dawn, before the sunrise, before it lightens the whole valley, the land, there are prayers that we do our prayers for balance, mainly for harmony, to be in harmony, to walk in peace with nature. So that's all we ask for every day, just to be peaceful, to live in harmony. And when we use these energy that we have here, so we as an individual, our first approach to these monuments, to Monument Valley, when they come here, what do you feel? What do you think from you, deep down inside here? Not here, but here. Whatever you feel that gives you that energy, that feeling, is sacred. We respect that feeling. If it's a good one, it's vast, it's beautiful, yes, no doubt. And it has been so for millions of years. So we respect that energy, that beauty, that harmony that's here. So it comes from you especially. It doesn't come from any other sources. It starts from here. So that's being spiritual. That's respecting what's sacred, what's given. So we respect that. We communicate with this. We make our offerings. We ask for that energy.
So how important is so you spoke about these monuments, and you also said these are the places of gods, and these are the places, you said the huge serpent used to be here.
Yes. So order is the other thing I didn't mention from the beginning. Order is very important. Now, I always tell my customers, and I ask them questions. And one of the questions I usually ask them, because they ask us about what we believe in, and what we're just doing here. I ask them of the elements, the 4 elements of life, how it's associated with you as an individual, your sacred being, and how it affects us daily. So I asked them when they were in school, grade school, when they took their science class, their science teacher, they probably never talked about order, nothing like that. And I asked them, which element came first? And which order as well. They have no clue. They don't know. They don't understand that. and they would agree with me that there was never on the exam or tests when they were going in school. So it was never provided. But in Navajo traditions, there is. And we do believe, and to my understanding, is fire was the first element to come to existence, and then air, and then finally earth. And then for so long, the earth has been kind of out of balance because there's only 3 elements. And then finally, the 4th element, which is water. Until when the water came into existence, everything started to come to evolve even furthermore, more species from the microorganism. And then these microbes began to grow. A vast amount of different species began to come into life on Earth. That's when life really began. And so over millions of years, some of these species came into other the species, like dinosaurs, serpents, reptiles, any of those before man came into existence. So these serpents.
You're talking about the Darwin's theory of evolution. We don't accept Darwin's theory of evolution.
No, I'm trying to explain this for your understanding. So these serpents and these other monsters I'm talking about ruled the earth. And then when man came into existence, it became a problem. It just went out of balance, chaos. And then finally, we talk about the twin warriors. Twin warriors, the mittens here. And then there's many other formations throughout there. There's
twin warriors? These are twin warriors?
Yes.
Which ones? These two.
But these are also supposedly like water jugs, as I was told.
What about this one?
This one, I'm not too sure, but it could just be part of the elements, the energy.
Okay.
Remember, I talk about negative and positive energy.
Yeah.
So it could be any of those energy. But my point is, until the twin warriors came into existence, they kill off all, not kill them, but put them to rest. Until they did that, we understand that that's a harmony, a New Testament. A New Testament began, but the other one, the Old Testament, is when everything went out of chaos, when everything was not in balance. And so in our traditions, we say Hojong, meaning the beauty way or the blessing way. But anything before that is Hachong, or the enemy way, Anaj. So that's how there's so many different elements or ceremonies that will go underneath that negative energy. So in a process of ceremony, those are usually taken care of, cast away. These negative energies cast away until finally you think you're done with the casting all the negative energy. You would then go another certain amount of days, and then you will get this the blessing way, reincorporating the positive energy, which is Hojong, or being in harmony. So that would be the process to you as an individual. So traditionally we have that practice. So these we put everything back into order. These elements, we put them back into order. That's what a medicine man does. So the way the creators have intended for life to how nature's supposed to be. We do not destroy these energy, we just put them back in its order, in its right place. So this life cycle continues forever.
In Hindus or practitioners of Sanatana Dharma, we are practitioners of Hindus and Sanatana Dharma, like yoga comes from Hindu.
Yeah.
And we believe it's like a ether come, then ether, then air,
Uh-huh.
then fire,
Uh-huh.
then water,
Uh-huh.
then earth. Because each element, like from the ether comes the air, from the air friction comes the fire, from the fire comes water, and from water comes earth. That's how the sequence is.
So you have your own, and we have our own.
No, logically also you can see that what you're saying. What I'm
But
saying.
we can't say we're right about this.
No. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm here to just record it.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Yeah.
not here to judging you because I love what you do.
Yeah.
So I'm here to just find a deeper understanding of the belief. And you was telling the story of Jonah.
Uh-huh.
What was that? Before that, you told me in person, but I want to hear on the camera.
One of the things I heard before
Yeah.
when I was growing up, from the, maybe it's Catholic, I'm not too sure, but the Bible itself, some of the names that are used in the book, like Jonah, for example.
Catholicism is a hodgepodge of everything.
I don't really know anything
No, they
religious.
steal books. They steal from Greeks. They stole from Romans. They steal from. There's nothing original over there. It's a copycat.
So okay, yeah. I mean, like I said, I like myself too. I don't even know anything.
I call it the biggest mythology of the planet.
So just one.
This is real, and that is mythology.
Yeah. So with the term Jonah, I was told that they used that name because we told them what the son's name was. They were asking, I guess, whoever that were coming around asking or interviewing people, my ancestors back in the day. I don't know how long ago this was. But some of those stories were told today, that a lot of these priests that came around asking people, and some were converting them into whatever faith that they brought here.
Yeah, that's how they colonized.
So the name Jonah ended up in the book, the Bible, as or Jonah is what we call the sun. And somehow that came to be Jonah in the book. There were other names I can't remember.
So sun has many names. Like
so yeah, I mean that's that, and but then again, there's other religious faith. But to me, since we have this and land where we live, it's a given thing, and I must take care of it. I'm like the like the servant in the garden, to take care of this, to keep it at balance, keep it in harmony. And for us man, that's all we're doing. We're not here to control other things, to become power. That's the negative stuff. It only serves you. It will put you for your personal gain.
The real world works in a different way.
Yeah, that's true.
The real world is like if this was European, for any example, every hill would have a name, the nameplate, and they would be charging tickets for everything.
So in other words, this is our temple. In other words, it's nature. That's why the Navajos, we don't build temples. But throughout the world, there's other cultures that do this.
Temples.
They do build temples, man-made. We don't. It's here, where you live. It doesn't have to be here. It's everywhere. It's Mother Earth.
Yes.
Father Sky.
Exactly. That's our belief in the Hindus also.
So that's our belief, and we take care of this.
Yes.
That's why I say the elements that we use here, we do not destroy them, but we put them back in its order. So it's like a formula that these medicine men have. They go in order. So that's why it's very sacred. We don't really share with the outside world, other cultures.
True.
They might use it differently for their own personal gain. If they do, then we'll be out of balance.
Yes.
The world will come out of harmony, disharmony.
That's true. That's very true.
That's why we don't really share these stories with anyone else. Maybe just a synopsis, just a general idea of it. That's it.
Tell me one thing. So how are the young kids in the community focus on their education? Because I see Navajo president using a lot of emphasis on local languages. I can see that.
Yeah. Language is very important.
Very important language, because it follows the operating system of the mind.
Yeah.
It is the operating system of the mind.
Yes. So it is our identity, is who we are as a person, as a nation, as a people. And we call ourselves Dinne. So yeah. Navajo is just a given name, term, later.
Later.
Yeah, later. So yeah. So anyways,
would like to greet my audience with some Navajo prayers.
Prayers?
Or some name, like how do you say thank you? Or
just the language would be appropriate.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, almost every time when I go on a tour, I share some of my language with my customers on tour. And I usually, one of the most requested language that I always ask on tour, of course, hello, yat-e.
Yatte.
Yat-e.
Yatte.
So yat-e is actually yah, meaning the heavens, the blue sky, yah.
Yeah.
So that's what it means, yat-e.
Yatte.
Yeah. And so in English, they say hi or hello. And that was one of my brothers that's related to me as a brother. He's the one that also published the Rosetta Stone using the Navajo language, and he was doing a presentation up at the school I went to up in Orem, Utah. I was very fascinated for him to explain where these terms came from, and that's when I learned yat-e. He was talking about yah. That's how we greet with people, and everything that grows. Plants, even us, anything that is of a living species from birth to, that goes through growth, it grows towards the heavens.
True.
So that's what it, and when we see that, when we see flowers blooming, trees growing, that's because of it, that's how we greet other people. And then the other one is, Nijone, beautiful. Nijone, you can express it for a land, for your loved ones, whoever you.
And the sun is Jonas.
Yeah. Johana.
Johana.
So, Nijone is beautiful. And then, thank you, Ahehet. Ahehet. It's one of the harder ones to pronounce, but a lot of people do get it at once, first time. But then sometimes it's hard for them. Ahehet. And then the other one would be Hakone. Hakone. Meaning goodbye.
Goodbye, Hakone. And that is Hedona.
What's that?
And that is called Hedona?
Hogan. Hogan meaning home.
Home.
Yeah.
There's a Navajo word for?
Yes, Hogan. So just translate it back to English is Hogan. So yeah. So language is one of those that we definitely have to. The way we pronounce it.
Is Arizona a Navajo word? No.
I don't think so. No. It could mean something else, maybe from a different tribe.
Yes. Utah.
I think I was told Ute, because of the Utes, another tribe called the Utes.
Yes.
And then the other half of the word ka. It could be Navajo. It's almost like saying territory, the Ute territory, but we don't say the territory, but in Navajo, Utah. Like even the Navajo land, we used to call this the Netka, the old before the Chinle Wash. On the other side, to the east, where all the Pueblos now live, we used to call it the Netka.
Pueblos are Mexicans?
Huh?
Pueblo is what? Is a Mexican word
Yes, pueblo is a Mexican term,
for a city?
Spanish term mainly.
City.
It's a term used for the village people, the village people. Because the Spaniards, when they ventured into this area, they saw the pueblos. They first ventured into what's now the pueblos in the 1600s.
Was there a lot of people on that reservation here?
The pueblos.
Pueblos are there.
Yes. So there's a vast amount of pueblos. There's different tribes. The Zunis, the Akamas.
All those people who are staying there, pueblos?
No. These are Hogans. These are all Navajo people.
Do you see a lot of settlements over there? Settlements.
Uh-huh.
Are those pueblos or no? Those people living there?
No.
No.
They're not. They're all Navajo people.
Navajo.
Yeah, or Dene. Like again, the pueblos are now residing in New Mexico, maybe some clear into Colorado, all the way down to south. That's where all the pueblos now reside.
I come from South San Diego.
Okay. And then there's many other neighboring tribes, like to the west, even to the south, the Apaches, and then the Yavapai, the Havasupai, the Paiutes, the Utes, and so on.
So I also saw a lot of uranium mining here.
Yes.
Stop now?
It has stopped since the 1950s. There are uranium mines, of course, in the southwest region, all over the southwest region, not just in this general area.
And that is Grand Canyon area, that area?
Grand Canyon is this way, to the west.
Okay, that's Grand Canyon.
Yes, and this is Utah. You see the mountains?
Yes.
So the state line runs right here, right in front of this Sentinel Mesa. Then when you're driving up, you see the state line.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Monument Valley is both in Utah and Arizona. And I live on the Utah side. So all these formations to the north, it's in Utah.
That looks like a building to me. That looks like a house or building.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like natural.
Well, these are natural formations.
Yes. And it looks like water was still there.
If you were to take a geology class, just the intro to geology, you'll know why. It's just basic geology. You'll understand why they're like that.
Water levels all the way to there.
Yes, but these are just the different layers of sediments over millions of years. Yes. So again, if you were to take the basic geology 101 class, you'll understand Monument Valley scientifically. But if you go with a guide, we'll tell you the spirituality aspects of it.
That's right.
So that's my job.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes, you're welcome.
And thank you. I'll see you.
अगर आपको ये वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो आप लाइक करिए, शेयर करिए और मुझे सपोर्ट भी करिए थ्रू वेनमो, यूपीआई, पेपाल और किसी भी और मीडियम से। हम लोगों के ऐसे बहुत सारे लाइव वीडियोस आते रहेंगे। अब मैंने वापस ट्रैवल करना शुरू किया है टू ऑल द प्लेसेस फॉर माई मैजिकल एटलस टूर। और अगर आप लोग उन सिटीज़ में रहते हैं, जैसे फिनिक्स में, फ्लैगस्टाफ में या फिर एरिज़ोना में कहीं पे रहते हैं, वी कैन ऑर्गेनाइज सतोलॉजी गुरुकुल इन योर सिटी। सो थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग और एंड डू जॉइन, बिकम अ मेंबर। ऑल्सो हमारे गुरुकुल में भी ज्वाइन करिए। साइनिंग लिंक वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में है। नमस्ते एंड आई विल सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट शो। थैंक यू।